Hello guys, welcome to this video. So in this video I'll just quickly give you a review of my 2024. I try to do this at the end of every year, just what I did in the year, and more importantly what I learned in the year. So I at the end of 2023 I wrote a blog on my website about my 2023 realizations. I'll try to post another blog for 2024, but yeah, here's the video anyway. And let me warn you, first of all, my long suffering viewers already know, the people who watch my videos frequently, as they already know, I usually don't have a well written script and a well edited video, and that's true for this video as well. But uh, see, usually I don't get the time to edit videos and stuff, because YouTube is not my only commitment. I understand why a lot of people don't like watching my content, but anyway, in this video there's nothing to show, because it's dark here and I cannot show you my face. And in any case, I think seeing this view is way better than seeing my face. And but yeah, this video is more of a video to listen than to see, that's for sure. And yeah, so before I start ranting about my 2024, I'll still try to keep it short, maybe 30 minutes. But let me just just tell you where I am, because you must be wondering, what is this place? So it's night now. It's probably 9:30 p.m. or something, and I'm at Pokhara, Nepal, and this is called Sarankot. It's a hill in Pokhara, and it's one of the in Sarankot. There's a very high viewpoint. From there, you get a very clear view of the Annapurna mountain range and the Fishtail Peak and a lot of things. That's what this part is famous for. This part of Nepal. And Pokhara is a pretty beautiful place. You can see that there is the lake down there, the dark stretch, and at the lakeside, that's what we call it, lakeside. You can see it's a pretty well lit city. That's where I'm staying. But yeah, for tonight, I'm in Sarankot. I came here to see the sunset, and I'll also be watching the sunrise tomorrow morning and returning back down there. You can see it's a beautiful city by the lakeside, and there are some boats and stuff in the lake. I don't know if you can make it. It's nothing to make out in the night, in the dark, but yeah, I think you're gonna love it if you come here physically. And probably you can feel some of it even in the video, but I don't know. And there you can see that well lit area. That's the Pokhara airport. It's pretty short. It's just I guess a single runway or something. And when I flew from Kathmandu to Pokhara, it was on a Yeti Airlines flight. You can see this well lit area. You can see I'm just zooming in on it. That is the Pokhara airport. And very short jets usually operate frequently from Kathmandu to Pokhara and a lot of other places in Nepal, nearby places. So it's a pretty beautiful place, Pokhara, and it's I didn't have time to look around Kathmandu. I was just in the airport, but from what I saw of Pokhara, I really like this place, and it's a good way to spend my holidays. I'm here a few more days. It's I don't know when I'll be able to upload this video, but today it's 23rd December, I guess, and yeah, I'm here for the Christmas, and I guess till 28th December. I'll be back with my parents for the new year, of course. But yeah, this is where I'll be spending my Christmas in 2024. And it's actually my first solo trip, and it's actually a foreign trip as well, so it's great. And yeah, technically Nepal is a foreign country. So, and the sky is so clear. You cannot imagine to get this kind of sky in back in West Bengal, in Kolkata, where it's so polluted. You cannot make out any of the stars in my poor camera, but it's actually pretty clear. I can make out so many stars and even some constellations. Using those apps and all, I'm not a very good when it comes to identifying constellations. Okay, so that's enough. Now let me just quickly talk about my 2024. Okay, so 2024, if you just ask me to describe 2024 in maybe one word, I would say it was an eventful year, and it was also a year that taught me. Every year in my life teaches me a lot of stuff, but especially I learned a lot from 2024, because this was a year where I actually got to do some, but I actually uh, got to see the world out there, have had some first-hand experiences. Not like 2023, I was didn't travel to a lot of places or didn't do a lot of real stuff. I was just reading books and spinning theories in my head and writing articles and all. I did all that in 2024 also, but 2024 stands out because this is the year in which I kind of, what I mean, I kind of like started to started doing some real stuff and seeing the world out there. I mean, it's nothing, not as big as it sounds maybe, but it's definitely better than the previous years in my life. And I guess it's time for me to do that about, because I'm already 20 plus. I mean, 21 years old. You could say I'm gonna be 21 soon. I mean, not soon, but yeah, whatever. So uh, yeah, it's 2024 was more about getting out of my head, getting out of just pen and paper, and actually seeing the world out there, which I need to do in any case if I want to survive in the world, and which I do, of course. And I mean, this is the year when I okay, so let me just give you a quick I think I'd better do it this way rather than just point wise sharing what I learned in 2024, because this way it would be pretty interesting. Probably the cost of some time, but okay, if you're here for, if you have some time, then probably will watch, and if you don't watch, that's totally okay. Okay, so let me just show you the other sides also. It's nothing to see in the dark, not in the camera at least, but yeah, I mean, there's that part of the city which is pretty I mean, that part is not as well lit and maybe not as well inhabited as Pokhara, which is this side you can see. But anyway, like I said, there's nothing much to see in the video. It's just a view, so just listen to me. Just and yeah, if you're watching it, watch with. Anyway, this is a good view to watch. It's not bright lights or not my face in any case. Okay, so I'm actually shivering a bit because it's pretty cold out here, of course, and this place is much higher than Lakeside Pokhara, where I'm staying. So, but for tonight, I'm here, and it's okay. I'm like, 2024 is when when I'm giving a lot of physical challenges to myself, not just mental challenges, because I'm not new to mental challenges, but I'm probably a bit new to physical challenges. But thankfully, I'm dealing with it well. Okay, so at the end of 2023, I had this nihilistic viewpoint. Like, I even have it now, but let me tell you what changed in 2024. So at the end of 2023 or at the beginning of 2024, I was like, this world. I mean, I had this nihilistic viewpoint, and I was probably a bit pessimistic, and I was, I mean, yeah, of course. The only thing that didn't change is that even back then I wanted to study research physics, and I want that even now. And I think this particular thing is never going to change as long as I'm alive. But I still want to be a physicist, of course, and I will do want to learn more as long as I'm alive. But there are a couple of things that changed. I mean, which is why I'm making the video, of course. And I mean, life change, times change every year. A year is a long period, of course. Uh, so like at the beginning of 2024, I was so much into like so much reserved and so much, kind of you could say introverted and all. And I was like reluctant to, this is the main thing that changed. I was reluctant to trust people, and I didn't find it comfortable to make new friends, or kind of, probably because let me admit, it's probably because I was afraid of betrayals, and I was like, okay, I'm better off alone. I didn't face many betrayals before 2024, but I was like, okay, I was always the lone type, the lone wolf type. Maybe not the lone wolf, because probably I was not as strong as a wolf, but I was definitely lone, and even today I am. So then you are asking what changed. I don't trust people even now, and I didn't trust people back then, but now at least I don't want to keep to myself, and bottle up my emotions and just stay introverted. Right now I'm more, I just want to explore explore the world, explore new places, explore new culture, explore new people. And I know fully well that even if I make new friends, they may betray me. But right now my viewpoint is a bit different. My view of life, it's like, I will make new friends, I will get close to people, but I will not get attached. I mean, there's a difference between getting close and getting attached. So of course it's not like I'll just shut myself up and not talk to people, and not that. I mean, that is what changed in 2024. I will talk to people, I will go out and see the world, I will live life my own way. But if and I will not be the first to end any friendships. But if they end it, then of course I will not fuss over it or feel sad over it, or just I'll just forget it, and I'll just go life my own way. This is of course, it's not as easy as it sounds, and it took me one whole year to develop this mindset. So it's gonna but it helped. And I'm not saying I'm very like uh, I'm still learning and all, but that's definitely something that changed and changed for the better. Next point is that my general outlook toward life has also changed, and I think it has changed towards a more positive, more optimistic. I won't say optimistic because I usually believe it's not. I don't believe that bad times pass. What I believe is that we learn to live in unfavorable conditions. So either way, we improve. I mean that's optimistic in some sense. Of course, some people, the extreme optimist will say that no, the cloud will pass and the sun will shine again. But I will say that no, the cloud never passes, but the sun gets brighter with time. I mean, it's just a figure of speech. Of course, the sun doesn't get brighter or anything, but it's like we learn to live in unfavorable conditions. That's what I believe, and that's true. Actually, it's not just my belief. So that gives me a lot of strength as well. And so I guess in that sense, it's not pessimistic, and it's somewhat optimistic. Next, in 2024, is my first experience of staying all on my own for over 1 month, and that was when I visited the Physical Research Laboratory Ahmedabad for my summer research fellowship. And it was a fellowship. It was my first funded fellowship. It was funded by the Indian Academy of Sciences, and I worked on theoretical high energy physics. But I don't want to discuss all those technical physics in this video. I do that in a lot of other videos, and I will do that in some of my upcoming videos as well. But that was a pretty transformative experience for me because that really helped me to get independent and do my stuff alone. There's nobody uh, to like remind you that okay, you need to do that, you need to do that. You're just on your own. You're in your hostel room, you're alone, and you have to take care of everything. You have to get things done, otherwise you'll not get your otherwise you'll not be able to go by your day-to-day business. Otherwise you'll be violating the terms and conditions of the hostel. I mean, if you just for instance, if I woke up after 9 a.m., I would not be able to get breakfast, and that's not good, right? And then you have to somehow get things done because I was alone, and initially I was felt a bit overwhelmed because of my homesickness and all. But of course, if I just say that I'm homesick and I just want my fellowship and I just want my certificate, but I'll not be able to do work, nobody's gonna listen to that. They'll just okay, just get out then. I'm sorry, but no, you'll not get a certificate, you'll not get your fellowship because you applied to the fellowship, and when you applied, it was a terms and conditions. We are not supposed to take care of your mental health. Of course, we will give you accommodation, will your supervisor will guide you in your project, but that's the best they can do. And uh, of course, that's the way it is. I don't blame them. This is also one thing that changed in 2024 is that I have mm, now I'm able to take the responsibility of my blame. Now I'm able to admit that yeah, that was my fault, I was at fault, and I'm able to take responsibility of that. It's not like previously in some cases what I did was that I was like I won't say I blamed it on my depression or something, because I never did anything. I tried not to do anything that hurt other people or made life difficult for others. But when I was down and maybe my friends or parents asked what happened, I'm just sad, my life is unfair and all. Now I'm not like that. Of course, there are a lot of incidents in my life which are not kind of cheerful or worth celebrating. But they actually made me stronger. I'm not just saying it just because a lot of people say it. But yeah, I so I think in that sense, I'm actually ready to admit that I have faults. These are my faults now. I even used to have faults before. I'm ready to admit it and not blame it on my yeah, okay, this happened in my life, it happens. Worst things happen in other people's life, so I'm not gonna make excuses or something. I'm fine. I'll take care of myself. That's okay. I may need time for myself. I do that often. I may kind of retract myself from my friends and all, but I won't ever blame it on my depression, or I won't ever make excuses. It's my fault. So okay, I'm ready to pay for the consequences. That's my mindset now. And I'm always been, especially now, I'm more of a, like I said, I don't want to lock myself up and not meet new people for the fear of getting attached. Because I think getting attached to people, I'm not just talking about romantic relationships or something. It could be any, even your parents, even getting attached to your parents. And I realize this, it's actually bad in some sense, because if you want to go out for higher studies, or go out for fellowships or whatever, you just want to see, you have to go out to grow at some point of time. Earlier the better, in fact. But if you're too attached to your parents, that will be a hurdle. It'll be challenging to like mentally will be broken when you think that, oh, I'm leaving this place, I don't know how many years I'll be able to return, and that's really, so that attachment is not good. Any kind of attachment is not good in my opinion. But yeah, some of you guys have this tendency to, whenever I say attachment, you have a tendency to think like I'm talking about those kind of relationships and all. Not that, I'm just talking in general, but that's also a part of it, of course. I don't deny that. I don't have a lot of experience when it comes to that, but I do have some. I mean, that doesn't count as a relationship, but I do have some experience with it, with those kind of emotions as well, and that's really distracting and totally pointless, according to me. And I think it's actually pointless, not just according to me. And I'm ready to argue the point with you. If you, I mean, not with you, I don't know, maybe I don't even know you, but yeah, with anyone who's willing to argue and who knows me in person. So but yeah, like I was saying, I don't want to lock myself up and not meet people and not explore the world just because I'm afraid of getting attached. Rather, I will explore the world, meet new people, and do that even more and more and more, but with the mindset that, okay, I'll not get attached, I'll get close, I'll get friendly, but I'll always, in the back of my mind, I'll always be ready to forget that person in a while if that person wants that. I'll not be the first to initiate the process, but yeah, I'm ready for that is my mindset now. So you could say that I'm more of a, I don't believe in prevention, I rather believe in cure. Of course, it said prevention is better than cure, and when it comes to your physical health, prevention is actually better than cure. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, I think if you try to prevent stuff from happening throughout your life, after a point you will not be able to, you'll not be fit for living among humans, living in society. So if you try to prevent things, so in and and it's not possible to prevent everything. That's also true, because there are a lot of limitations. You are a human, you're a social creature, you don't have a lot of money and you don't have an island. And I mean, even then, even if you have a lot of money, even if you have an island, even if you can totally isolate yourself from the society with all your necessary food, shelter, and everything, even then you cannot get out of some basic genetic instincts of humans. No matter how, whether you were autistic, whether you were genius, whatever, you cannot get out of it. I mean, some of it at least, because you're a human. That's your biggest limitation. Not even money can overcome all of it. I'm sorry if the camera is kind of vibrating. uh, I mean, it's pretty cold out here, so I'm actually shivering, and probably that's why the camera is also vibrating a bit, but that's okay. Like I said, there's nothing to see. I'm just showing you the same thing over and over again, because in the dark there's nothing more I can show you. But yeah, just listen to it. There's nothing to see, as I already told you. Okay, I'll be uploading a couple more videos, more better places in the day and all. Lot to see in those videos, but yeah. Okay, so like I said, in this for these things, I think prevention is not better than cure. It's better if you have a mindset like, oh, I'll not try to prevent anything. I'll always be open to new experiences, because I never know what I might have to deal with in the future, and it's foolish to assume that it will always be in your power to prevent this or prevent that. So it's better to have a cure mindset. By cure mindset, I mean it's better to have a break and build mindset. Like, you just accept that life will break you, but you also be ready to build yourself up again. And that's what I follow now. That's probably the biggest change that 2024 has brought into me. And I shared some of my experiences, some of my struggles with my mental health when I was in Ahmedabad for doing my research project, because of my homesickness mainly, and some other issues. I actually shared it in one of my videos called Adversity. Couple months back, I uploaded it just after return from Ahmedabad. But that was a very transformative experience, because it not only helped me get used to staying on my own, which I have to get used to anyway, like sooner or later. But that was also a good experience for my career, for my physics, because I want to pursue theoretical physics, and that was a very good training. I worked on an advanced topic, pretty advanced topic, and that was a pretty challenging work, but I learned a lot, and my supervisor was really helpful and pretty knowledgeable in this field also. And I like the environment also at Physical Research Laboratory. I mean, that's a research institute, that's not a college or university. So mostly, other than the summer students, they only have PhD students and postdoc students, and they're also pretty helpful. And anyway, so but again, I don't want to talk about physics in this video, like I already told you, right? And yeah, so after return from Ahmedabad, I started pushing my mind to change from prevention to cure mode, and I started giving new challenges to me. But I also started diving right into my problems, and dealing with them instead of just kind of pushing them to the back of our mind. That's a lot of us tend to do this whenever we have disturbing thoughts or some. Let's just put it to the back of our mind and just get our work done. That's important. I mean, if you just start thinking about the meaninglessness of life and just the night before your exam, that's not a good thing. During that time, you have to push it to the back of your mind and just get your job done. But long term, I mean, it's also important to give some time to yourself. Maybe when you have holidays or when you have a little less work at hand, you should dive right into your thoughts and speak to yourself and kind of try to figure out a solution. Because if you speak to yourself seriously, I mean, in fact, it might help. I mean, in my case at least, it might help if you just talk aloud to yourself. Right now, I'm not really talking to myself because I'm recording it, and a lot of people, some of you will watch it once I upload. But at times, I even just talk to myself aloud, and I don't know if someone around me hears me, they probably think I'm mad. But I don't care what they think, but it actually helps because uh, self dialogue and maybe you can just will make you realize that a lot of issues which you consider to be problems in your life, they're not really problems at all. And like I always say, even in my 2023 realizations, this was listed as a point that uh, I like, mm, sometimes the solution is just to stop thinking and wait. Because some solutions, sometimes there is no solution to the problem. The solution will automatically come spontaneously as the problem. Like, let me give a simple example, and this is very useful. I don't know if any of you have watched till this, but those of you who will listen to this, I think this will be very helpful. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I should have. I'm not sorry actually, because if you watch the video this long, then you deserve a reward. Okay, so suppose you know that in your life a problem will arise after 5 years. You know that. I mean, it could be anything. Maybe after 5 years you'll move out on your own, and that could be a problem to some, or something else, anything. So this you know for certain that after 5 years I'll face a problem. Okay, fine. And suppose, just for the sake of argument, there are 10 possible ways to address the problem. So there are kind of 10 paths you can take, 10 approaches to the solution. Suppose, just an example, it could be this the number 10, it has no special significance, just an arbitrary example. Okay, so look, now in that case, what do you uh, you have two, like right now at present you have two things to do. I mean, you can do either this or that. Number one is you can actually uh, overthink and think about all the 10 different approaches, and you can just make a note, a mental note, or maybe even note it down on your notebook or something, that okay, out of the 10 approach, okay, what are the pros and cons of each approach. Okay, if this happens, then I will take approach 1. If that happens, I'll take approach 2. If that, you just know that for certain that a problem will arise after 5 years, but you don't know how the problem is going to evolve. So you don't know uh, what whether this will happen or that will happen as a result of the problem. But yeah, you can try to elaborately set out a strategy and plan right now, like okay, if this happens, I'll follow path A or path B, I mean path 1, path 2, and so on till path 10. And you can just waste your time, because that's going to take a lot of your time and your energy. And also, if you go on thinking about what will happen after 5 years, I don't think that will do a favor to your mental health as well. So what's the second approach? It was the second thing that you can do now. You can just forget about the problem. I mean, you can just I mean, it's difficult. It's not as easy as it sounds. Like if forgetting a problem was so easy, then it wouldn't be a problem in the first place. But you can just instead of focusing too much on this one problem, which nevertheless you know will arise after 5 years, you can focus on self development, and you can focus on building a stronger mind and also stronger body, because your physical health is also important, which I've realized lately. My mental health has improved a lot in 2024, but I admit my sleeping habits, my eating habits, and all this, my physical health is not so good at the moment. I mean, but it's okay. I'm traveling alone. I'm out in the night. Probably now it's probably it's 9 or 8 degrees centigrade, and that's it's Celsius, and it's pretty cold for me and and the for people in my part of the world. But I'm not even I'm just wearing a jacket and nothing too warm, so it's okay. But yeah, I mean, my sleeping habits and eating habits are not doing a favor to my physical health, and this college exams and all, that's pretty hectic. But the good thing is that I can take it. I didn't break down, but I admit that if I continue like this long term, then my physical health will not be able to keep up. But anyway, that's something else. That's my problem. I don't want to discuss that in this video. Anyway, I talked a lot of unnecessary stuff in the video, but hopefully there were some important stuff as well. That definitely were some important stuff. Depends on you if you can kind of filter it out. Sorry for making life difficult for you, but that's what I always do. and that's what people around me do for me as well. I mean, most people, not all, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, when I was talking about this, you could either do that, or the second thing you could do is you could just focus on building a stronger version of yourself, and you could just not focus too much on this problem which you know will arise after 5 years. So in that case, after 5 years, once the problem arises, even though you have no plans on how to deal with that particular problem, but since you have developed yourself a lot, build yourself much stronger physically as well as mentally, so no matter how however the problem evolves, whatever situation you have to face, you will be at a much better position to deal with it, and just on the go, on the spot after 5 years. So that's not only saving you a lot of time and energy, that's also preparing you for other problems except this problem. Because in the second approach, you're not focusing on just this problem, you're actually building a stronger version of yourself, and that means overall. So yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, this happens. You never know, once you are once you face adverse situations, then you will understand that you are actually capable of much more than you presently think. Like when I never thought, see, I came back from Ahmedabad and then I did this and that. Apart from my academics and all, my academics are going on pretty well, I won't say, but definitely well than 2023. But of course, I won't say there is no room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. But yeah, anyway, by academics, I don't just mean this curriculum studies and college exams. I mean my research and all, everything, official as well as unofficial, and my other commitments, like my role as a senior physics editor of Young Scientist Journal, then my own organization, Journal of Young Physicists, and I've been involved in a lot of editorial duties and a lot of other duties as well, mm, regarding relating to physics and research and stuff. So everything's going on at a good pace, and uh, I won't deny that there are times I feel stressed out, and even, but yeah, I'm much more at control than previously. That's for sure. Yeah. So the once I came back from Ahmedabad, the next step I took was I went to, as some of you, at least those who follow my YouTube channel, will definitely know, I went to Duars with my parents, and that was kind of a hastily planned trip, a suddenly quickly planned trip. It was not on my, it was definitely on my bucket list, but it was not well planned. I was just planned quickly. But yeah, we went to Duars and we really enjoyed it there. I uploaded a lot of videos from there about jungle safari, and a lot of other videos also. You can check it out if you haven't. So going to Dwarfs was, it didn't really help me learn how to do stuff on my own the way Ahmedabad did, because in Ahmedabad I stayed for over 1 month and on my own. But in Dwarfs I went for maybe 7 days, and that too with my parents. But still, it was a good experience because I saw that part of the world. I visited a lot of kind of I mixed with the local people. I saw their culture, like there were some Buddhist monasteries, and I talked, and then I uh, tried to challenge myself with getting over my introverted nature and talking to people, and I think I did that pretty well. I used to reach out to people, the local people, even when it was not necessary, just to know them better, and just to talk to people and explore that part of the world. I mean, Dwarsa is in West Bengal. It's not really distance wise, it's not far, but it's a pretty beautiful place. I mean, it's not the same as where I live. It's vastly different from that sense, although it's not very far in terms of physical distance. Yeah. So, and I also got to explore myself and spend a lot of time with my parents. I anyway, whenever I have holidays, I spend time with my parents. But I guess it helps if you visit some beautiful place and in the hotel or in the, I mean, just traveling or in the jungle and all. It really helps. I mean that's why people travel. They don't travel for survival. They have food and shelter back in their home. So, and then after that, the next big experience I have had was after Duars. I mean, that was traveling to Nepal alone, and that this was also kind of suddenly planned, but yeah, this has done, even though this is a 8 day trip, it's not like 1 month like Ahmedabad. Of course, Ahmedabad was not a trip, it was for a fellowship, but this is a trip, and of course, I don't have, I mean, I cannot spend so much money to stay 1 month in Nepal, and I don't have the time as well, because my college will be reopening after New Year, of course. And but even this 8 day trip, I mean, this is just the third day probably, but it has already worked wonders in terms of preparing my body for adverse situations. I mean, this is actually not adverse. I'm not, in a survival camp or something. But for someone like me who has always had a fragile health, and who has been especially afraid of the cold, it's pretty. I'm, I'm coping with it pretty well. And also in terms of my uh, the other aspect, I mean, not the physical aspect. I'm, meeting this here. The culture is vastly different. There are a lot of things to explore, a lot of people to explore from different parts of the world, and in terms of getting to know new people, new places, seeing new places, it has, I guess, it has worked wonders in that sense also. So, and with that, I'll be ending this video as well as we say goodbye to 2024. And yeah, I also released a song called Goodbye World, and I'm about to release a song called Letter to the Simulator. So my music production and songwriting and collaborating with singers and all that's also going on. So in the end, I could say that in 2024 I explored life, explored myself, and even explored a lot of places. I mean, not a lot of places, of course, because just Ahmedabad, Duars, and Nepal, and but I explored a lot of places even when I stay in a new way. It's true. Like you don't even know the place where you stay, and we think about going and exploring the world. Uh, thing is that I explored life, explored myself, and yeah, to me this is actually a lot of places because after all, this is my first solo trip, and Nepal is a beautiful place, no doubt, and it's I've never been on a 8 day solo trip before, that too at a place like Nepal where you need all those passports and immigrations and stuff. It's alone. It's not like Ahmedabad that you just board a flight and just land there, no passport, no customs, nothing. You just, and here you're not a foreigner, it's just another Indian state. It's not that. It's Nepal is very close to where I stay, again in terms of physical distance, but it's a good experience, of course. So like I ended up just sharing my experience instead of and that's why probably the video is too long. I didn't share the important point. I actually shared all the important points, but I okay. So let me just repeat the points once, just the points once more, just to summarize. Number one is I I mean, this is just what I learned, and I don't think this. I'm not sure if this will work for you, but you can definitely try it out. Instead of just take the don't take the prevention approach, take the cure approach, or what I call the break and build approach. Like allow yourself to be broken, but always have the mindset to rebuild yourself, because that will only build you stronger for the future. If you always prevent problems in life, uh, then you're just kind of avoiding problems, and if at one point you'll not be able to no longer prevent it, then you'll not be in a position to deal with it. That's one thing. So like in my case, I give an example. Like I was initially very afraid to talk to new people, and I was introverted. I was even afraid to talk to, not afraid, but I felt awkward to talk to my friends at school, and they're not nearly new people. We have been studying in the same school for maybe say at that time maybe 6 7 8 years, but I was still afraid. So uh, and yeah, I was also afraid to make new friends, or even whatever, because of at this attachment issue, because my attachment with my parents have taught me that attachment is not a good thing. But now I am no longer want to prevent, and not the prevention approach. I don't want to like shut myself up, but you have to build yourself. Like, okay, I will talk to new people, I'll do whatever the hell I want, I will explore life my own way, but I'll always be ready to prioritize myself over everything, set boundaries when needed, or if I feel like it, and prioritize my mental health, and set like clear goals, and like don't waste my energy on the wrong kind of person, not wrong kind of people, just because. And yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, these things are pretty common. It's a lot of people say this, so I don't want to repeat this, but I actually gave you some good logic of why this is a better approach, because like I said, if you have a problem, will come up after 5 years, and you have this 10 ways, and it's better not to think about it, because sometimes it's you need to just stop thinking about thinking too far ahead, and just give into the flow, just live life and deal with, and as life throws stones at you, just catch them with your hand as you go along the way, not stop here and just plan, okay, when the next stone comes, what will I do? No, not that. Just keep walking, I mean, along down the path of life. That's what I mean. And yeah, right now I'm at a very transformative stage of my life, because I don't know after 1 year, or I mean even after a few months, not even 1 year, where I will end up for my masters or for my higher education, which part of India or which part of the world, I don't know. But it really kind of a few months back, I was so about this homesickness issue. It really freaked me out. But now I'm like, okay, of course you have to go away from your parents, from your home, to grow. You have to, like, there is a Alan Walker's song called Land of the Heroes, and it goes like, step into the unknown, that's where dreams are born, million miles away, but it still feels like home. So you have to leave your birthplace, leave your kind of birth home, to find your true home. And that's okay. I mean, uh, I have that attachment, that bonding with my parents, which I realize very few people have, and it keeps me going during the difficult times. It's not like I have lost my attachment with my parents, but I have realized that just physically staying close to your parents doesn't always mean you are on good terms and you are really attached, and that's not going to help them because they also want to see me grow, and I also want to progress in my life. So yeah, I don't. I can't say I've totally got over my issue of homesickness, but like I said, I don't overthink about it, and I just follow the like I don't think about it like all the way. What am I gonna do after 6 months, after 7 months? No, I'll deal with it when it comes. And I'm trying to build myself, trying to explore new places, and trying to change my mindset in a way so that I'm actually at a position to deal with it in a much better position to deal with it than I am now. So this is I think I could give you an idea about how my approach to my mindset changed in this what do you call 2024 in this year. But then again, there are a lot of I uh, there are a lot of things I learned, a lot of insights I had, a lot of realizations I had about physics, metaphysics, artificial intelligence, and the nature of reality in general. But I won't share that in this video because I'll drop some more videos about more serious and good videos about it because those are technical. I mean, those are like general knowledge, not just my personal experiences. So let's keep this video only for my personal experiences. So it's not really 2024 in review because I had a lot of other insights in 2024, and 2024 was about a lot more than just this. But this definitely was an important part, important step in my personal growth in 2024, and that's what I shared with you guys today. And yeah, I guess now it's time to get down from the roof because people sleep very. I already had my dinner, and people sleep very early here. And anyway, tomorrow I need to see the sunrise. So and it's getting pretty cold out here. So even a lot of people who come from the colder parts of the world, they are feeling like they're even shivering and all. But yeah, I'm out here doing the video. I could have done it in my room, in with the lights on and all, and that would maybe look more professional, more better. But I'm out here just to challenge my body because from 2024 I have started challenging my body along with my mind, because to survive long term in this world you need to take care of your physical health as well. That's something I've realized. It's okay. And of course, if you since I'm only 20, this is the age when you challenge your physical body and force yourself to live in adverse conditions, and that actually builds your body better for the future, and that might even go a long way in improving your overall long-term health. Because of course, if someone at 50 years or 60 years age decides to okay, I'll challenge my body, that may not go so well. But yeah, you know what I mean. uh, okay, so and even when it comes to personal experiences, I guess you can see the star there, right? You can see a couple of stars. I know, I'm not sure you can make just one or two or three stars. It's actually pretty clear sky, and I can see a lot of stars, but it won't be visible in my camera. Even the view in front, it's way more beautiful than what you can see right now on your screen. But yeah, I mean, mm, okay, so so I guess that's all. I don't want to kind of, yeah, I guess I should stop this stop ranting now, because I realized this video was a total waste of, not total waste maybe, but it was not the way I expected it to be. It was like I ended up just talking to myself, and yeah, if you're listening, talking to you maybe. But not all of this is going to be important to you, but there were 3 or 4 important points in between. So yeah, if you watched this for, thank you so much, and thanks for watching. And more exciting videos coming up, and more exciting times coming up, hopefully. Of course, it's a pretty bad time to say. I mean, when you look at the world, the political situation of the world and everything, the way the humanity is going, this all this brutality, all this, I mean, it's not a good time to say like bright times ahead. It's not a good time to say that. And yeah, when it comes to that, I'm not really optimistic, like I already said. But then again, I'm like, okay, it could have, I won't say it could have been worse. Of course it could have been worse, but it could have been a lot better also. I mean, this is really not the world we had in mind, most of us had in mind. So but yeah, let's keep this topic for another day. But all I can say is that there are still I've realized, even I, who is perceived as this nihilistic and pessimistic kind of person, kind of this Debbie Downer who just gets people down with all his negative theories about nihilism and the meaninglessness of life and death and all. Even I am saying like in 2024, I have realized that there are still some beautiful things to live for. Life has not yet lost all its of course life is meaningless objectively. I still stick to that point, but we have our subjective meanings. That's what we live for. And at a subjective level, I don't think life has lost all its meaning. I don't think there is nothing to live for. And I still believe, with reasons of course, as I said, I'll share that in another video maybe, but I still believe it's possible to change your mindset and to either to build a better future for humanity, or at least to spend the remaining time we have in a better way. Because of course no civilization lasts forever. Of course we have probably done a lot to accelerate our apocalypse, but whatever. uh, uh, what is done, and it's no good complaining. And again, what would come would again come, and it's no good complaining either in this case also. Okay, so I guess that's all for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. There's something else I wanted to say. I just yeah, I mean, okay, let's be optimistic about the future, because there's nothing we can do by pessimism. But I want I think we should always be cautiously optimistic, like not optimistic like okay, bright time side and let's just do nothing. We should do something about it, but do it in a way like not put too much stress and too much stakes on it. Like if I cannot do it, then I'm finished. But also do it seriously. It's not like take it casually. And uh, of course, I mean, I think at times it becomes important to prioritize your personal growth and personal health. I mean, you can only do so far about for the I mean about the world around you. Because I, although I said there are a lot of positive things to live for, I still say that. But I'm that is my realization. That is, I'm saying this for myself. But I do realize there are a lot of people in a lot of parts of the world. I've seen them. I know some of them. They're for them. I think I can't really say that they have a very happy life. They have a lot to live for. And I'm not just talking about yeah, poverty, poor people, people who are homeless. Not just, I mean, of course they form a major portion of the group, but then people in countries where war is going on, and then other people who have been wronged. By wronged, I don't always mean poor or money, but that's also an important part. I mean, you know what I mean? All those unfortunate people out there, underprivileged people out there, or whatever. So when I say okay, there is still a lot to live for, maybe I sound a bit selfish, and maybe this is selfish uh, at some level, but to some extent. But then mm, again, at the cost of sounding selfish, again I again tell, if the people who have the power to change the world, if the people if the authority is so kind of if they don't care, if they don't do anything about this, then you and I can only do so far. And this is where my pessimistic nature shines bright. Because actually, if you think about it, even personally, we can bring about a lot of change. And I'm not saying we shouldn't try. We should try, of course we should try. The authority is just sitting and doing nothing about the situation. That doesn't mean that we should say the authority is not doing so it's not our responsibility. We should also just do nothing and just enjoy our personal lives. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's, you see, when I try to give back to society in small ways. I mean, be it be it talking to the poor people and making them feel comfortable, be it uh, in trying to popularize physics among the underprivileged kids, whatever, like in small ways which is possible for me. I'm not a billionaire or something, but I still try. And I still believe, and I think it's true. I mean, a lot. If those people who just go on about, no, it's our responsibility, I think they're just being idealistic, or they just want to sound good. I mean, if you just look at their lives, even they don't do all the stuff they say, or they say we should do. So from a realistic point of view, I think we should help. Of course, we should try to change the world, but only up to a point. Otherwise, we end up losing our own lives. I mean, compromising on our own lives, and that's not done. I mean, you are here for yourself. At the end of the day, you are alone. There is nobody beside you. There is nothing. You are alone, and it is your responsibility to change the world, to make the world a better place. There's this famous saying that our job when we come to the world is to leave, and like when we leave the world, we should leave it a better place than it was when we came to the world. But yeah, those are all quotes and stuff, and all idealistic scenarios and idealistic philosophies. But really, realistically, it's not possible to bring about change on a large scale alone. But it's possible to start. I think it's possible to start a revolution alone that will eventually kind of gobble up a lot of more people, a lot of more. I mean, that will eventually incorporate a lot more, and maybe that way you can bring about change. There are a lot of examples in history, even in recent times also, so of course. But most importantly, we should try to bring about change, but in a way that we enjoy. We shouldn't not do it just because, oh, I have to do it. Not no, I mean, we should do it and as well as enjoy ourselves while doing it. So most importantly, the first step, I think that was the point of this entire long video. The first step is to self-realization and changing your mindset, and that's the difficult part. That's once you know what you want to do, it to do what you want to do with your life, the rest, I won't say the rest is easy. You have to do a lot of formalities, a lot of hard work, a lot of talent, but the rest kind of happens spontaneously. Because, like I always say, hard work and talent, it's not what defines successful people. I mean, maybe it defines a successful people, but that's not what defines an extraordinary people or a genius. A lot of people have the capacity to work hard. A lot of people actually work hard. A lot of people were even less successful than you or me. They work way harder than us, and they're maybe some of them are even smarter than us. They're more talented as well as more hardworking than. But the thing is that you should always have the guts to think and to think what has never been thought before, and just jump right in, do what has never been done before. You should have the guts. Only then your hard work and talent can cook up something significant. Otherwise, with your hard work and talent, you can survive, of course. But yeah, that's not what. That's I mean, you'll not be able really standing out of the crowd. I mean, I tried fitting in the crowd for my entire life. I mean, during my school years, I was like always, for some reason, I was always left alone. I don't know why. All the people, they had friends, they had, and but I was always left alone. I didn't have a lot of friends, and people didn't talk to me more than necessary. And I tried so hard to, kind of make friends and mix with people of my age. I made awkward jokes and stuff, but they apparently found me irritating rather than funny. But yeah, I spent some years of my childhood, my school life, mainly trying to fit in. But then after a point, I realized, like, okay, I should take pride in standing out. I should stop trying to fit in, and I should take pride in standing out. I should proudly stand out. And that's when, I just shut myself from all this, from my peers or my friends, whatever you call, and I just dived right into myself. And then I got interested in physics, but that's a different story. But yeah, I just explored physics, writing articles, founding journals, producing music. But that was all a process of self-exploration. I was not really doing this to so that my friends will accept me, so that I appear cool to them, or nothing like that. Because anyway, during the COVID years, I didn't none of us we didn't I didn't see my friends or stuff. But that was all a process of self-exploration. Today, a lot of people find me. I mean, today I don't even care. I actually don't care. It's not like in school, like I appeared okay, but I inwardly I tried to fit in. But today I actually don't try to fit in any longer. People try to keep I help people whenever possible, and since I have this helping attitude, for most, not for all. I am very mean to some people who have been mean to me, and they know that, and I'm pretty infamous for that. But I don't care, because they have been mean to me first, so they'll get back what they gave. But yeah, in general, so people have a good relation to me, and I have one or two really good friends, and I really feel comfortable talking to them. And when it comes to them, it's not like I really fit in, but that's a small group anyway. For the others, I just, I don't care any longer. So that's also important. Self exploration, introspection, whatever you call it. And once you do that, then I guess you're at a much better position to change the world for the better, or change yourself for the better, or live life a better way. Whatever you want to do in your life, this is the first step, the absolutely compulsory step for all of us. And some points I shared in this video, although it's a pretty long video, I think will might help you in that step. Okay, so looking forward to your comments, and thank you for watching. This time I really want to finish the video. Okay, thanks.